you are.
We're just gonna roll from here.
Rolling.
We're back. we're opening right from here. Okay, we were working on our gnomes. So this is our second gnome video. We got this far. Whatever you want to call that. That far.
That far.
So, I'm going to make a little pink lip on my toothpick because I'm going to put his beard underneath the lip and I'm going to put a mustache over the lip. And let me see if I can find one that has... Who has a lip? Oh, you know what? He had a little, like... Give him, like, a little...
Open mouth.
Open mouth.
Oh, cute.
But you can't see because he's, like...
He has a lip.
All right, let's show this wizard dude. This is the Santa beard. This is the Lester Longwool in white.
That's beautiful.
And that's the lip. It actually looks like his tongue is sticking out. Either way, it's kind of cute. And I like doing a lip because it gives you a distinctive place to put the mustache between the nose and the lip, people. And then, so to make a lip, I just take a little bit of a pink, just a really small amount, and wrap around a toothpick. And you could use the palm of your hands, but this works pretty well. So just make a little pod on the toothpick, and then I take it off, and I toss my toothpick aside, and then I just tack it in from each end. And it looks a little big right now, but by the time I get all those curls on, it'll settle down.
Looks a little bit like a growth of some kind.
Yes, nice, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, I tell like it is back here.
Yeah, he looks weird. So, actually these I think I'll just go ahead and, this under layer, I'm going to felt down a little bit so that okay. And then I'm going to select a couple of really nice locks to put as his beard.
And I'm not doing a lip. So what I'm doing is taking one of the curls and folding it like Sarah did on her beard. And then I felt mine directly under the nose. Kind of tuck it up a little bit under the nose for the beard.
Oops, I left my tool in the way. I felt it underneath before I fold. And then I fold like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, to give it more fullness.
Just to get it.
Right.
Well, yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Because then, so what I was saying is I leave mine open.
Right.
I really felt at the center.
Okay.
And then I fold it over. And then you can stab like with a single needle a little bit. I think it gives it a better chance to felt too.
I think you're right.
But same end result. There's
Right.
all right. He's looking crazy.
It definitely
Just the way you
does.
want
I just
it to
redid
look.
that the way you said, and it definitely makes a difference. Yes.
And then I do the same thing actually for the mustache. Instead of just, Debbie and I were talking about this earlier. Gosh, I love these locks. Instead of taking a lock and felting it in the middle, which gives you a cut end on one end, and it's hard to control, I take the lock and split it in half, and I do the same thing. I put it down with the center under the nose, and really stab, stab, stab there, and then fold it back onto itself. And I do that once to each side, so you get half a mustache at a time. And I always make it so that the cut, the the tip of the lock ends up on top. I might give him a little black mouth too.
Oh.
Let's see if I have any black.
So I'm doing my mustache the same way.
Just push my nose.
He's fine. The same way where I had it open, felted it in, and then fold it over, and then just secure it.
Wow, what's that? Oh, you know what that is? We got a sample of the Leicester long wool in roving form. That's what that was. It's real this silky black stuff.
Same thing. There. And then fold it over. Like that. And that helps give that definition in the center of the mustache like Sarah was talking about.
My mustache is not quite centered.
There we go. And then this is all going to be covered with the cap. Once I get the cap on it, the cap will come down. And I left this a little bit open on the beard and the hair because I want the blue body to show through. I'll probably add another one there, but I want the blue body to show through a little bit.
Right.
So, yeah.
Sweet. I like those mohair curls.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
All right. I think he's hairy enough.
You can never be hairy enough.
So I'm going to start showing how I lay out the hat.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm using my teal, but it's a merino, and the merino is real slippery. It's real, it's very soft. So underneath it, I'm going to put, this is just a blue that's not so slippery, and it's in a similar value.
That's a great idea.
So it just will...
Gives the merino something to grab to.
Yes, yes.
That's a great idea. That makes the merino much more versatile as well.
Oh yeah, because it's great as a top coat. It's just
Right.
not easy to make a shape out of it.
Right.
So on top of that, I'm going to put a nice layer of merino. So the way this works is, you're going to have to watch the video and then rewind. Because we don't have one pre-made.
Right.
So that you understand this concept of this taco shape. And I love, at this point, making gradations in the hat color. Like, he's goes dark to light. Where's this guy? This guy goes dark to light. What's the current fancy word for that? Ombre.
Ombre.
Yes.
These
These are very hip gnomes we have here. This one I put a couple of different colors in. So I don't really have anything that I want to do that with on this one, but I would take thin pieces and lay those other colors in here. So I'm going to stab this a little bit just to get it all to stick before I have to flip it over, actually, because I want the pretty color on the bottom.
How did you know how big to make it?
That's what I was getting at when I said you have to watch first and then rewind. Because this is going to be the circumference of the hat. So it needs to be as wide as the brim of the hat is around. So one part of this process is to put a noodle in here. So the way that you can figure out how wide to make it, I mean, I sort of have to lay it out first, is to take your noodle, and I'm just making it with more of the same. You could make it with the merino or the coral wool. And go ahead and put it around. Now remember, I want the brim of the hat down here.
Right.
Not, up here. So I'm going to put it around here, and I want it to overlap in the back a little bit. So that's actually a good length. So that's how you know. And then you can build this to match the width of this. And then you stab the heck out of it along this piece, this horizontal piece. And this helps reinforce the width or the brim of your hat. And then you fold this back, and that gives you a really nice edge. And then I'm going to use my punch tool to really so this is actually the underside. This is the prettier side. So I'm going to felt it back this way a little bit because it was kind of like fuzzy and weird. So then when you have this well-established brim, you can put it right there. And then this is what I was talking about, the fringe traveling up the hat.
Right.
And so mine doesn't quite go all the way to the tip, which is why we put this color here. You want to show what you're doing, or is it you can't move it now?
I'm doing the same thing you did.
Okay.
I'm just now, I've got a little bit of the, I'm not using merino, I'm using a top coat, but I did use a little bit of the red core wool just to help it grab on.
Right.
And then I went ahead and put the band for the taco, and I'm felting that on, and then I'm flipping up. Now I did a little shorter flip on mine than you did because I
Want that length.
Right, I was actually afraid I was going to be a little too short, but I think it'll still work fine. And then this is going to be the inside.
Right.
Yeah, this is the outside. And then I'll use the punch tool for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And make sure, like you said, make sure not to punch or felt down your edges or your top fluff.
Right. Leave it fringy because that's how you attach it. And actually, I'm going to show attaching this back before I get much further. Keith looks Russian. I don't know why.
There we go, and then that'll be,
Oh, beautiful.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, you got my blue in
That's
there.
okay.
So I put my brim piece on, and I kind of I like to squeeze it down over his nose a little, and then I tacked it here to make sure it stays centered, and then I flip it over, and I let it cross in the back, so any little seam that happens will be in the back. And then tack it down, and then you have all this fringe that you just need to start kind of needle felting into that core cone that you originally made. It just takes some time working it in there.
Yeah, and here's what mine looks like before all I did was tack the front and then connect the back.
Yeah.
So I haven't really got it formed yet. But then you just kind of do like Sarah did. You just kind of get it on there and then you start needling it and get your fluff going in. There you go. And you can see just like doing this, it's just starting to
Oh, that looks good.
get its little cap. And then, yeah, and then you'll go around and tack it all the way around on the, and you can pull it down so that you get it where you want it. So you get that nice little drape effect.
Debbie, you have a nice little accent from Oklahoma, Arkansas.
Do
Kansas.
I?
Yes, you do.
You can hear my accent?
Just a little. A tiny little lilt.
Gosh.
It's very pretty.
Thank you.
I mean, I know you can't compete with my voice, but
You're right, I can't.
I mean,
I can't.
No, too much.
I kind of like it. It makes it look
It's a little
woodsy.
weird. Woodsy.
A little woodsy.
Maybe I could just do a little brim of it. A little stripe of it. Let's see what else we have. He's pretty much, what else do we need to do? think he's going to stand pretty well because he has so much thick hair.
To help hold him up.
Yeah. But if you wanted to, if you're having trouble getting your I'm filling the space with my craziness. If you're having trouble getting him to stand, make a little crisscross, a little cross of core wool, and then stab a circle. And then fold the edges in. You can just stab that a little bit and get it nice and round. But then if you felt that right up to the bottom, it really gives it a nice, or you could cut a little circle of leather or just something that's flat that's going to give him a little bit more,
Gives him a nice
little bit more
base.
stability. So on this guy, after I made the brim, I made it in a really similar color to these locks. And that's when I just put these tiny little locks on.
I think that is
Actually,
my favorite
after,
gnome I've ever seen.
afterward. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
So he has the curl out the top and then the ombre effect on his hat and then his little hat dreads. And this is a little twisted Surrey that we had for a while. I think we're out of it now, but so that's one look. And then the pine cones, if you find something in your yard that you want to incorporate, I just left the hat not as pointy when I twisted it on my skewer, when I wrapped my skewer, so that I had a nice little blunt tip to put this on. And I did have to use a little glue. I was trying not to, but I just couldn't get the wool to hold this on securely enough. So I used a little dab of glue.
What kind of glue?
I like the squeezable gel super glue
Okay, super glue.
with lots of control.
I bet the gel one isn't as drippy as the regular one.
Yeah, it's great. And you can, with that little squeezable plastic thing, you can use like every last drop of it. All right, I'm still on the hunt for something to decorate my gnome hat with. I don't know what it's going to be.
Some kind of little accent.
Yeah.
So here's my gnome. Just get some of the little felting marks out of the cap.
Oh, this one, I think.
There he goes, his little mustache, his beard, a little bit of just fiber fluff at the top. Didn't felt the top, the point of the cap real firm, just left it a little fiber fluffy. I like it that way. There we go. A little traditional gnome with a red cap and a blue body.
Very cute.
So
What do you think about this? I like that. It's less.
I
of
like that color, and look, it's almost perfect with the curls on the top.
Less of a crazy
Yes.
contrast. Okay.
Yes.
I think I'm going to do that.
That's pretty.
That does it? We're done? Did we cover everything? Feet. Let's show feet real quick. Who has feet?
Mr. Tall Hat.
Mr. Tall Hat. And you made one with feet.
I did.
He has bare feet. They look a little weird. It's kind of like feet
They're
cheeks.
cute.
But his little bare feet are sticking out. So I just made those on the felting surface the same way I did the ears, but foot shaped, and then stuck them on. And it's
I love them.
It's a little
with his
weird,
toes.
but
No, I like it.
he's just weird.
This one just has the soles of his shoes.
Yeah, that's cute
showing
too.
kind of through his beard here. There we go. The soles of his shoes. But through the beard, it's tough to see it all.
So a lot of the locks are in the specialty locks section
And
of the Etsy shop.
And
or
what
the
I
website.
always try to tell myself is, remember, other people want locks too. So, Debbie, don't be a lock hoarder.
You can hoard all the locks you want. You know what? There's more sheep out there making
good
more
point.
locks.
Good point. Good point.
There's enough locks for everyone.
Locks are my favorite.
I know. I love them. I could make gnomes all day. Especially when I eat chocolate-covered coffee beans.
Ooh. I gave you a little extra perk. Huh?
Yes. Yes.
That'll keep you going.
Did you have fun, Debbie?
I had a great time.
We are so glad you came.
Thank you so much. I'm very glad I came. Yes.
is there anything else we need to let the people know about supplies or?
Go to our shop and buy them?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think they'll get in touch with us if they have any questions, right?
I hope so. I have a
sure.
joke.
Okay.
We gotta close it out with a joke.
Okay.
It's not short.
Okay.
It's good. A gnome and a human walk into a tavern and order some ale. The gnome checks his coin pouch, then looks up at the human and asks, "Do you mind getting this? I'm a little short."
Good one.
I thought so.
Good one.
You need to make a gnome with a coin pouch.
Yes. Yes. My armature gnomes usually have a little deerskin pouch on their hip.
You should get on that.
I know. There's a lot of things I should do.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to keep making these gnomes all day instead because it's fun.
Gnome on.
Gnome on.
Gnome
could,
on.
could you take a break and
Common. Gnome on.
Gnome on? Could you possibly feed me?
You know I always do.
Okay, scratch behind the ear.
Sure.
Okay. Oh,
Debbie's
Debbie.
There you
Debbie's
go.
gotcha.
There you go.
So nice.
Well, thank you. Hope you make cute gnomes and send us pictures. Definitely check out on Facebook Sarafina Felting Fanfare because that's a group where we all share our pictures and talk about techniques and ask questions because I'm going to be too busy making gnomes to answer them.
Yes.
So there's other people there that will help you.
Yes, ask Debbie.
Yeah, ask Debbie. That's right. Look for Debbie. Or
Right.
Lee. Pastor
yes,
Lee.
exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
I had
glad
so
you
much
came.
fun.
Good. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Milo.
Bye-bye.